Hi, and welcome to Buttered Host's series on editing your WordPress site. This one is dealing with actually editing your page on the front end. That is the side that you can actually see the page itself rather than the back end, which is a bit more complex and coding. I will do a video on that, but this is the front end, which is the what you see is what you get end. So we're using the Divi theme, and on your page, which you'll have found using the last video, if you haven't already done that, if you would like to look at setting up your site to edit when logged in, that will get you to this page. Right, so once you're on this page, you're going to be looking for this purple circle with the D in it that says Enable Visual Builder. So when I click on this, give it a little bit of a chance to load. It might take a little bit of a while depending on your internet connection and the time of day. Okay, so once you've logged in and enabled the Visual Builder, you can see that as I mouse over things, it begins to highlight them with boxes. Okay, so each of these boxes can be edited by clicking on the little cog icons here. So there's one there, there's one there. So the hierarchy of a page, if you're interested, is the blue ones are the section, and within each section there are rows, and the rows are green. And you can have multiple rows in a section. You can have multiple sections on a page, and within a row you have what they call a module. And the modules are of different types. So this one here is a text one. This one here is an image. So you can change text or image just by clicking on this cog. So if I wanted to change this image, I would just click there, and I could just change that to whatever I choose. I'm going to just leave it just now. So if I get in here and I don't want to change to that, I can just use the cross to close that down. And in order to save this, you would click the tick button. But if you didn't want to save the changes you've made, you think, oh no, I don't like that, then just discard all changes is good to work. In the text, it's very similar when I open this up. Now you'll see that I can actually move this about. So if I wanted to see what my site looked like, oh yeah, okay, that's fine. Or if I want to, I can anchor it just on the left hand side there so that it doesn't move around. Now when I've opened this, it's gone into the text, which you can see it's got some HTML, and that's a bit confusing and we don't like that. So I'm just going to click to visual. Oh, that's better. That looks much more sensible. So from here I can just edit the text as you would in something like Word document or something like that. I can use the bold or the italic. I can make it into what are those called? Bullet points, yeah, or not. If I want to make this into a link, I can insert a link here by clicking this. The URL would be the place where the website that I want to go to. So I want to go www.butteredhost.com, and it's always good to put a title in here because that is good for your accessibility for people who are maybe using screen readers who have visual impairments. So this will read out to them where this will go. So I'll say this is a link to Buttered Host website. Now, the general rule with links is if it's a link within your website, then you leave this target at none. That means it will open in the same window. But if it's going to a different site, then you want them to open it in a new window so that they don't leave your site. Yeah. So I have put an external site, and it's helpfully telling me that do I want to add the HTTP prefix. I'm going to click OK, but actually I'm going to go in and edit that again, because nowadays everything should be HTTPS, because that means it's secure. Anything without the HTTPS at the beginning of it, you shouldn't really be going into, and your browser will probably actually throw a bit of a wobbly if you're using Chrome. Okay, I'm just going to cancel out of this. I hope that's been helpful. Oh, one more thing I could help you see is that if you highlight the text here, you can change the size using the headings, the different headings around. Now, what I would say is that in terms of using an H1, heading 1, only have one of those on your page at a time. This is for search engine optimization, so never have two with the heading ones. You can have many as you like of all the rest of these, but only one heading ones. Okay, I hope that's been useful. Oh, we can look at a button. This here is a button, and again the text goes on here, the link goes on here. Very similar. You can choose if it opens in the same window or a new tab. Very, very straightforward. If you're feeling brave and you want to get into some of the design elements, just be a little bit careful with that. What I would probably do if I were you is, you think, I want to change the colour of that, but I'm a bit unsure. This here will give you the opportunity to duplicate the module. Now you can do this with any module you flare over, so that's an image, text, anything. You can duplicate anything, okay? And then you can go into your duplicate and say, right, I want to play around with this button. I'm going to make it red text, and I'm going to make the background yellow. Oh, that's lovely. Really liking that. Maybe green. Who knows? And I actually think I want it to have a border. I'm going to have a red border. So you can play around in here if you make a duplicate, but remember, you can always, so if I okay that, I don't want it anymore. I think it's, yeah, I've made a mess of it and I don't like it. So I can use the delete module button here. The other thing you can do is you think, oh no, I've just deleted that. How can I get it back? Using this big purple one at the bottom, you can see there's some different options here. The one with the clock face on it, if you go in here, it'll give you your editing history. So if you want to, you can go, I want that button back. You can step back one step and it'll come here. And you think, I do want two buttons, but I want them to be the same. I want them to look the same. They might have hot, let's say. They might be different and they might go to different places, but you want them to look the same. So here you have three little dots here. If you click them, you can say copy the module style, and then go to this one, go to your three buttons, paste the module style, and voila, they look exactly the same. Okay, so that's your basics for editing a page. In terms of what you need to do next is you need to save the page. So if you haven't done already, look for this purple circle at the bottom and click on it to open up these lovely options. One more thing that I could say from here is that you can have a look using this on the left hand side to see what your page is going to look like in a tablet or in a phone, and that can be really helpful to know whether it's going to look terrible in the smaller devices, because everybody's using mobiles these days. So then once we've done all that, we can save this. I'm just actually going to take it back to the loading page, and then we save it. But if I don't save it and I try to exit, it's going to give me a warning saying that you've got unsaved changes. Now, if you feel that you've made a complete mess of the page, you think, I just want to start again at this point, exit without saving and just discard and exit. If you do want to keep them, obviously you have to save the page, and you can then get back to your saved page. Okay, so that I'm going to stop there is how to edit a page.